Okay, so we are now live on YouTube, insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Welcome to another session for KST Takrim. And today we have with us Brother Jamal, who will be presenting the topic on a discourse on value proposition design, VPD. So before we start, I think Brother Jamal, can you introduce yourself and then tell us a bit about your history and background so we can get to know you better, insyaAllah. Tafadhal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amir. Thank you very much for giving me this space in time to talk about one of my pet topic, value proposition design. And I feel grateful to be here with all of you. I'm I was working at UTM for a while. After I graduated from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, I joined UTM and taught there for about 15 years. Yeah? I also became the Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science and Information System, FSKSM. We were the first faculty of computer science, actually. And then after that, the rest of the universities have this almost the same word, Faculty of Information Science, Faculty of Computer Science. So I was lucky to be there to form the faculty. And after that, I actually retired very early at age of 40 because I want to get my hand dirty or messy with industry. And indeed, when I joined the industry, it was real messy. It was at that time it was downtime. It was recession in '97. Asia just coming out, just became one, and so I was with MRCP. I was with DRB Hakom for a while. I was involved in the multimedia project. Somehow I was involved also with the Human Resource Management Information System Hermes that's being used now. If you have any complaint, I'm partly responsible for those complaints probably. So it was a big project, $90 million project. So I was 100% responsible for that project. So and then I joined IUM. That's where I met Dr. Murni, I met Dr. Adam, I met a lot of people, all the nice people. And I started teaching a number of courses there, IT governance, and also, in 2009, KICT introduced a course called Technopreneurship. So I was the first to teach Technopreneurship. That's how I learned about value proposition design, actually. So I'm very grateful to IUM for giving me the opportunity to teach the subject and learn from it. So that much I can say about myself, Dr. Amir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Jamal. So I think let us proceed on the topic for today.
Okay, so today I would like to share some ideas. Some of these ideas are not mainstream yet, probably. Yeah. Unless you are the one who actually busy browsing through the internet. So there is no specific book. There are very few books on this topic, and I would like to share those. That I'm really excited about those ideas. I hope I'll be able to convey those excitement and in fact you with those excitement to talk about value proposition design. Now. So let me claim that value proposition design or value proposition is actually one of the key to solving problems. Yeah, especially those areas which has value proposition as one of the components that they need to resolve before they can do anything. Yeah, before they can present their product to the customers, before they can teach, before we can get customer to join our social media group and so on. Yeah, so it's a key to solving the problem. For example, in persuasive computing, in value proposition is one of the things that need to be solved far in advance. before they can get on to other things. So this is my claim, and I hope to be able to prove that to you today. Yeah. But anyway, if you feel there is some ideas are not very clear, by all means, please stop me, and I'll try to respond as much as I can. Okay, what is value proposition? It's basically describing the benefit your customer here could be student, your student, could be the ones going to buy your car for Proton, for example, yeah, the one who's going to buy your product, yeah. So the benefit that customer can expect from your product and services, yeah. So, and this benefit, the value proposition, we want it to be as compelling as possible, yeah, so that people, your customers, the customers will actually buy into your product, into your services, yeah. So for many of us, we want our customer to like our products and services, to like our website, our apps, yeah, to come and dine, have dinner in our restaurant, yeah, to come to IUM, to come to UTM or UM, to experience, to have that great experience, yeah, and so that they will come back, yeah, and to like our movies that we created, the video that we created, yeah. So, but for the bad guys, yeah, they want to use VPD to recruit and radicalize youth, yeah. And I have students from MINDEF actually who did the thesis on this, and indeed they have a business plan, yeah. So they use value proposition. They make offers to the youth so that they become radicalized. The tobacco company, yeah, such as Marlboro and Camel, they have also great value proposition. People willingly kill themselves, yeah, harm themselves, okay, given the value proposition. So what I'm trying to tell you that value proposition has challenges, yeah, on both sides of the aisles, yeah, the bad guys and the good guys, yeah. But one thing that's I would like to say is basically it's proven to work. It's proven to get people to change their behavior, yeah, and that's the interesting part of it, yeah. Okay, this character by Camel, Joe Camel, targeting kids basically so that they will be friendly with the cigarette company, yeah. It's very effective. Of course, now this advertisement is now banned, but when it came around, it actually get the kid interested to know what is this guy smoking, yeah. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, value proposition is a double-edged sword basically, yeah? It can be used for good and bad, yeah. Okay, so now, but before that, it's not easy actually to get customer to like your product, yeah. It's not easy, yeah. So value proposition, the offering of product and services is actually the heart of the problem, yeah. But it's not impossible, yeah. It's not impossible. Why? I just said just now, the bad guys are using it, and all the more the good guys, we are on the other side. We have to use it, yeah, to our advantage, to pursue our agenda, yeah, for the society. Okay, so there is the ethical part of value proposition, yeah. So in business modeling, in entrepreneurship, in business, for example, value proposition is the heart of the business model, yeah. So this the value proposition, and this the customer segment. In any business, the customer segment need to be offered certain value proposition, yeah. So different customer segment will have different value proposition they get attracted to, yeah. So it's very important to be very clear about the value proposition. Otherwise, the customer will not come to you. Yeah. The reason I'm saying that because building something nobody wants is actually one of the top 10 startup mistake. Yeah. Most startup, they feel they have an idea, they create the idea, but later on they find out, 36% find out that nobody wants those ideas actually. Nobody wants the product. Yeah. So why? Because they do not have clear picture, clear concept, what actually the customer want. Yeah. So they end up building something nobody wants. They are basically wasting their time. Yeah. Life is too short to build something nobody wants. Yeah. And this applies to not just to entrepreneurs, apply to lecturers like me, for example. I have to question myself, do I have a value proposition for my student? Will they be willing, will they come back? Yeah, we always want to repeat customer in businesses. So we want them to come back. So we must have good value proposition. Yeah. In fact, for every class that before we start, we must ask ourselves, what's my value proposition today? Yeah. Okay. So again, so value proposition is a promise, yeah, of value to be delivered, to be communicated and acknowledged. Yeah. So it's actually, as I said earlier, a belief from the customer about how value will be delivered, will be experienced and acquired. Yeah. So how do we determine, how do we configure value proposition? We use what we call value proposition canvas. Yeah. So this idea actually is pioneered by Alexander Osterwalder. Yeah. And with his book, he actually constructed a paradigm, a framework, how to actually determine, how to actually derive value proposition, especially value proposition that is meeting the customer need. Yeah. So this is basically the value proposition canvas. Yeah. It has a customer profile. It has the pain the customer has, the gain, and the job, what the customer want to do. For a student, the job of the student will be to acquire knowledge. Yeah. What's the pain he encountered in order to acquire knowledge? These are the pain. Maybe the class is 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So it's difficult for them to wake up. That's a pain. Or it's difficult to understand the lecturer. That's among the pain. The books are all in English. Yeah. He was trained in Malaysian language or Malay language. Yeah. So these are the pain. Yeah. Or maybe he has to learn Arabic. Yeah. These are the pain. And these are the gain. These are the things that he would like to gain in doing this job. What's the job? His job as a student basically to learn. Yeah. To attend classes. Okay. To do the homework. These are the jobs. Yeah. So so this is the value proposition that we can offer to students to make his experience learning and get himself educated at IUM the best possible experience. And hopefully he will come back. There'll be repeat customers. Yeah. Same problem with any product, with any services as well. Yeah. Okay. Now this is the book by Osterwalder. Yeah. His book is a bit different. Yeah. Than the rest of the book. Yeah. He claimed to have the book written by many authors. Yeah. These are some of the authors. He got his ideas from all over the world and build and write this book. Yeah. So basically the books is about value proposition design. He has other books as well before this. Yeah. The main theme of the book is basically how to create product and services customer want. Again, why we want to do this? Because life is too short to build something that nobody wants. Yeah. And of course, there are other things in life we need to do as well. Yeah. So that's the main theme of the book. Now, if you have the chance to buy the book, by all means, the book is very colorful, and very compelling to me. Yeah. Okay. Now, I was talking about value propositions. Now, these are great value proposition statement by Apple. Yeah. In 2001, I don't know, some of you may still remember iPod. Yeah. Some of you are of this generation. Yeah. The iPod generation. Yeah. And you know, the value proposition that make iPod sell very well, 1,000 songs in your pocket. Yeah. In those days, to have 1,000 songs in the pocket would be a great burden. Yeah. So by having this, it convinced teenagers in those days and that they have to have iPod. They have to have one. Yeah. It's 1,000 songs in my pocket. To get 1,000 songs in my pocket, normally it will be very difficult. Yeah. But now Apple come up with this idea. Okay. So this is a great value proposition statement. Yeah. Because of this, iPod sells very well. And as you can imagine, iPod is a precursor to iPhone. Yeah. Later on, it developed into iPhone. And of course, now with the wristwatch, yeah, now you have 60 million songs in your wrist. Compare that 1,000 songs in your pocket. Yeah, this even better value proposition in year 2020. Now I've not bought one. Probably I want to buy one, but some of you probably has it. Yeah, and it is very interesting. So what I'm trying to tell you, if you have great value proposition, in this case, great value proposition statement, it automatically attract customers. It automatically attract your student. Yeah, automatically attract a lot of people to your product. Yeah, and sometimes you can create a blue ocean strategy, meaning what? You have the whole ocean to yourself. Yeah. Okay. What are the characteristics of great value proposition? Yeah. As I said, we can configure a value proposition using value proposition canvas. So if we have done that, what are the main characteristics of great value proposition? Let's look at it. Now, great value proposition are basically embedded in great business model. Okay, the business model is basically the one that give the environment to the value proposition. Yeah. So, for example, Apple, Google, they all started very small. Yeah, but their business model keep changing and manage to give a proper ecosystem environment for their value proposition. Yeah. Secondly, to have great value proposition, you need to focus on jobs and pain and gain that matters most to the customer. Yeah. Now, customer has many pains. The student has many pain. Yeah. The guy who buy nasi lemak has many pain. Yeah. Okay. The guy who buy nachos, yeah, has many pains. Yeah. But we need to concentrate on those pain that matters most to the customer. Yeah. So if your value proposition caters for those jobs and pain and gains that matters most to them, then you have a great value proposition. Thirdly, focus on those jobs that's not unsatisfied. Yeah, still nobody trying to fulfill those jobs for the customers. Yeah, those pain that is not resolved. Yeah, and the gain that's not realized. Yeah, so for example, Asia, when they said now everyone can fly. Before this, our grandmother cannot fly. Yeah, the only time they can fly maybe to go to Hajj. Yeah, but now we have almost anyone, and the price is very convenient as well. Yeah, everyone can fly. Yeah, that is a great value proposition statement. Yeah, and number 4, we need to target a few jobs. We cannot be solving everything in this world. So we need to target a few jobs, a few pain, yeah, and do that extremely well. The few jobs that we target, we have to do extremely well. I think IUM, for example, targeting the Sejahtera academic framework. Yeah, if we do that extremely well, I think that's sufficient already to bring IUM to the next level. The same thing with other universities. The same thing with with industry. If you are an entrepreneur, yeah, if you do something, you have to do something extremely well that we are well known of. Just like Honda is well known of for something, yeah, okay. And AirAsia, for example, I'm not campaigning for AirAsia here, but I'm giving example. They are known for cheap, for budget ticket, yeah, and they do it extremely well, yeah, and it stick to, so it become very sticky, yeah. If you have good value proposition, it become very sticky. Customer will come and be convinced about it, yeah. The other one is that you want to go beyond functional jobs, so you want to address the emotional side as well, yeah. So if we create an app, for example, we are usually looking at the functional part of it. What about the emotional part of it? Yeah, I think that's something still a green area. Yeah, what's the emotional part of it? The social part of it. Yeah. Number 6, characteristic of great value proposition. We want to align with how customer measure success, how they measure good benefit. Yeah. Number 7, we want to focus on jobs and pain that a lot of people have. Yeah. And if possible, some of them willing to pay a premium, a lot for the money. Yeah, a lot of money for it, willing to pay a bit more. Yeah. For example, for those of us who has iPhone, for example, why we buy iPhone? Because we feel there is a value, they have a good value proposition, and iPhone is definitely more expensive than Samsung, definitely more expensive than the Huawei, yeah. But for the value proposition that Apple iPhone offers, you are willing to pay a bit more, or maybe twice the amount. Why? Because it is iPhone. Again, I'm not campaigning for iPhone. I'm just giving an example, okay? All right. So we need to focus on those things that a lot of people have, yeah? Now, the pain that a lot of people have, not everyone have a certain type of headache, yeah? So we want to focus for a certain headache, certain pain, and there must be a lot of people, sufficiently a lot of people who has that pain, yeah? So, for example, there are parents who want their children to have a good education, but as well they want to have Islamic education. So there's a niche for IUM, and there are a lot of those people. But if there are very few of those people, probably IUM may need to focus on something else, yeah, to offer different value proposition, yeah, slightly different, for example. Okay, and then to differentiate from competition, what's the difference between you and the rest? What's the difference between IUM and UITM and other universities? Yeah. So in terms of jobs, pain and gain, yeah, that customer really care about. Okay. And then number 9, we need to outperform the competition substantially, at least one dimension. Yeah. Because we want, if we want our value proposition to be sticky, to attract a lot of people, and they keep coming, we need to highlight, we need to outperform the competition, at least on one dimension. Yeah. So maybe we are the cheapest budget airline. Maybe we are the most Islamic university. Maybe we have student that is already already good with the industry. Yeah. So these are the things that we need to, and of course there are many things we want to do, but we have to make a priority. That's what value proposition is. Yeah. We have to take we have to prioritize what we want to outperform the competition. Yeah. Okay. And of course, difficult to copy. Yeah. We want to have the blue ocean for ourselves for some time. Yeah. For us to get ahead. Yeah. We don't want to go into red ocean. The red ocean is very bloody. Yeah. So that's the blue ocean. You have the blue ocean to yourself, at least for a while. And of course, nowadays, the competition, the landscape is so competitive, you cannot have the blue ocean all the time. So you have to keep on innovating your value proposition to keep your little blue ocean to yourself. Yeah. Because the blue ocean means what? You are better than competition, you left them behind, and you have the whole ocean to yourself. Yeah. You have the whole market to yourself. That's what it is all about. So these are 10 characteristics to evaluate our value proposition. So we can use this one to evaluate iPhone value proposition, Samsung value proposition, Huawei's value proposition, our value proposition to the student, the university value proposition to the general student population, to the parent, for example. Okay. So these are some of the measures we can look at. Okay. Now, besides generating value proposition using value proposition canvas, we can also get value proposition from what we call the network effect. Now, these companies that you see here, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Alibaba, they share the same business model. It's what they call multi-sided platform business model. Yeah, they have different customer, more than one customer. Yeah, so for example, Amazon, they have many customers. They used to start with selling books, but now they have vendors who sell books. They have other, so besides you as a customer, they have vendor who sells book through Amazon.com. So they have like two-sided, double-sided business model. And of course, now they are selling other things, not only books, they sell other things as well. Yeah. If you go to Shopee, Shopee is not the one who actually fulfill you. It's actually you have other customers in the system, in the business model that fulfill your what you need. Yeah. Okay. So so these companies have great value proposition. Yeah. And they are all multi-sided. And they are probably the largest company now. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to say value proposition, those companies that have great value proposition, they can move faster. Yeah. So what is multi-sided platform business model? It's basically a business model where you get various customers, more than one side, more than one customer. Yeah. And onto a platform, the Amazon platform, the Google platform, and where they actually create value within themselves. Yeah. Okay. So on Facebook, for example, we have ourselves, yeah, the users, and the other customer, the advertisers, the product developers, game developers. Okay. So they have at least 3 sides. Yeah. And each of them has different value, need different value proposition. So Facebook basically provide those value proposition to attract you to come, yeah, to get the critical mass. Once there are enough customers, the advertiser will come. The game developer will come. So it generates this network effect, yeah. And after a certain critical mass, it generates more and more. It starts to grow much faster. So there's these companies, they actually managed to become world-class company within less than 20 years. Yeah. Okay. And we start having great value proposition. They also have this network effect. Yeah. Which is like magical. Yeah. It's like getting two people together, being friends, yeah, and with that friendship, they can do many things together, yeah. Okay, so that's what network effect is all about, yeah. What is network effect again? It is basically it describes how a service become more valuable to the users as more people use the same service. For example, the phone. Now, two people in the system, not so valuable, right? But when it is connected to a lot of people, to the whole world, it become very valuable. Yeah, become very valuable. And if you look at Metcalfe's law, the utility of network is proportional to the square of the number of the users. Yeah, that's where the network effect become very powerful. Yeah, okay. It increased the value of the network. Yeah, naturally. Yeah, okay. Now, so for example, in this case, yeah, when you start a company, for example, you may not have the network effect, but after reaching a certain critical mass, the network effect comes around. Yeah, okay. This value is generated by the platform, but this value is which came much later. Yeah, after reaching a critical mass, for Apple, for Amazon, for Google, it grew very fast. Yeah, and it may, of course, after time it may decline because of there'll be new disruption. So they need to renew their business model. Yeah, so that they can get the new network effect. Yeah. Now I find this very interesting. My background is basically operation research. So I find it now we can optimize value proposition. Yeah. All this time we can only configure using value proposition canvas, but now we may have a way to optimize this value proposition. If we can optimize value proposition, that means we probably find what we call the blue ocean. Yeah, the blue ocean, new land, new found land. Yeah, new market. Yeah, for ourselves. Yeah. Now this Amazon has three great value proposition. They have great customer experience. They are offering to the customer. They have great selection. You can buy anything on Amazon or on Shopee now. Yeah. They have also lower price. Yeah. Now, some of the price may not be as low, but there are certain products that make it low enough so that it stick to the mind of everyone that they are selling low price. Yeah. Okay. This part of value proposition. So basically what Amazon does, start with the customer, give them great value, great experience, great UX, yeah, user experience, yeah. And this will bring them back. This will make them become repeat customer, yeah. And hopefully to the people they talk to, yeah, to their neighbors. Oh, I had great experience buying from this website, from Amazon, for example, yeah. Okay. And then more customer will bring more traffic, yeah. And of course, this will bring more sellers, more people want to join the marketplace. And then of course, more sellers means what? Better selection. Better selection. One of the value proposition. So you can see the value proposition interact itself, and after some time, it create value. Now here, great customer experience will also contribute to the growth of the company. With the company growing better, the company can offer lower costs, lower price. Lower price will fit into a great customer experience. Okay. So this is a very simple virtuous cycle, they call it sometimes. Yeah. But this is how actually Amazon.com see themselves doing. And that's what they are doing. And they keep repeating. Yeah, keep repeating. They wash and rinse and and come up with a better value proposition. Yeah. How can we adopt this to higher education? That's the question that I ask myself. Yeah. It so happened that we are in this business. How can we adopt this? How can we be creative enough to adopt this? Okay. Let's start with offering great student experience. Yeah. Okay. Now, with great student experience, we'll create more traffic, more students coming our way. Yeah. So we have students coming from Iraq, from other places, from Nigeria, from, coming to the universities. Yeah. And of course, then the university can expand more department, more program. Yeah. And then more selection of academic program, better quality of academic program. Yeah. And of course, that will feed to great experience of the student. Okay. Now, great experience of the student will increase the growth of the company, of the university, and it will contribute to lower cost structures of the university, and it will lower the fees, hopefully. Yeah, that's the idea. Or make the fees free, maybe, or freemium kind of fees, and then fit into the great experience of student. So this is what I see as a basic framework for us to create, to get that, to harness network effect, yeah, to our business. Okay. Let's look at Uber. Uber has similar network effect. Yeah. Besides the value proposition that it offers, it also depends on the network effect of the system. So more demand, more customers means what? They need more drivers. Yeah. More drivers means what? Less downtime. Don't have to wait a long time. Yeah. So this means they can lower the price. Yeah. Because the less downtime, lower cost, lower the price, and create more demand. Yeah. Now more demand also means faster pickup. Yeah. Okay. Now faster pickup means what? That will decrease the demand. Yeah. So the negative side of it. Yeah. And so this is the value proposition, simple network effect of Uber. Now Uber has actually more complicated network effect. Yeah. Now when I look at this diagram, it reminds me of system dynamics. Yeah. For those of us who studied simulation, system dynamics is a great way to simulate. Yeah. To analyze system which has feedback looping system. Yeah. So and of course the diagram that I showed just now, to adapt the Amazon.com model to the higher education, it's probably more complicated. It will be as complicated as this. Yeah. But basically, to me, I find it very exciting. It basically provides us a way, basically, to actually qualitatively and quantitatively optimize value proposition. Yeah. Come up with better value proposition so that we can sell our product, so that we can have more students coming our way. We can have better selection for our customers. Yeah. Okay. Okay. My concluding remarks was basically value proposition, as I've shown. I hope I've managed to convince all of you. Yeah. Can be designed using VPC, value proposition canvas, where we look at the customer pain, gain, and the job they want to do. Yeah. That's what the Asia did. The Asia look at customer pain. Yeah. They see that the current ticket price was too expensive. Okay. They cannot, so people cannot fly. They try to kill those pain, come up with a painkiller, give them a budget ticket. Yeah. Give them a 10 ringgit ticket. Yeah. Now everybody can fly. Yeah. And then The other way is that value proposition can be designed using the network effect. Yeah, the effect that naturally come when you have two or more participants come together on a platform. Yeah, for example, on Google platform, on Amazon platform, on Facebook platform. Yeah, Facebook actually managed to bring all of us on a platform. Yeah, we thought we are meeting our friend. Yeah, we are meeting our friend, but actually our presence is more valuable to the other customer that Facebook has in mind, to the advertisers, to the developers. Yeah, that's why now whenever you browse through Facebook, you have all kinds of advertising. Yeah, and some of them can be very annoying sometimes. Yeah, okay. So using these two methods, we can actually maximize or optimize value proposition for businesses, for things that we want to do. So again, the power of value proposition is a double-edged sword. Yeah, it has its own ethical challenges. It's proven the bad guys are using it. They managed to convince some of our friends, some of our children to smoke cigarettes, despite the gory pictures on the cigarette package. Yeah, and they're willing to harm themselves. Now, all the more we should be able to convince people, customers, yeah, to our way to accept our product, to like our product, using deriving proper value proposition canvas. Okay, so properly defined MSP can generate great NFX. Yeah, and I would like to claim the M Kitchen project that we have is basically based on MSP. Yeah, we have people, we have donors who's sympathetic toward Asnaf. We have Asnaf as one of the customers, Asnaf, donors, and we have other parties as well who's contributing to the business model, and it naturally create an environment, network effect that basically make it easier actually to start the M Kitchen project without much money. Yeah, we can bootstrap. Yeah, because of the network effect, because of the sympathy that people have for Asnaf. Yeah, it create a lot of value. Yeah, to the M Kitchen project. Okay, so as I said, NFX is similar to system dynamics. Yeah, so probably it is amenable to analytic and optimization. Yeah, we can simulate, we can make our value proposition and NFX as complicated as possible and see what's the effect. Yeah, before actually implementing it in real life. Okay, so it will be interesting to explore how to harness this for the university, especially post COVID-19. Yeah, how can we harness this? Because the whole education system has been disrupted by COVID-19. How can we use this business model, this approach, to create new value proposition? Because now is the time actually to question everything. Yeah, this is the time we need to question our business assumption and maybe disrupt the industry again. So on that note, I would like to say thank you for this opportunity to talk to all of you. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much, Father Jamal, for a very good presentation to us about VPD and NFX. This is actually the first time I've heard of this. So now we will open the floor for questions. Anyone?
I just want to ask maybe two questions. It's just to understand. Can I know the difference between value proposition and business strategy? Seems like they are similar.
So say again, between value proposition and business
strategy.
Business strategy. Well, a strategy is about how to do things. Yeah, about how to, for example, how to achieve that value proposition. So value proposition is a statement actually. It's basically a promise that you give to the customer. You want to communicate to the customer. You want to deliver to the customer. Yeah. Strategy basically how you do it. How do you actually deliver the value proposition. Yeah. So delivery is the delivery of value proposition is a business strategy. Yeah. That's how I understand by the word business strategy and value proposition. I hope that answers your question, Prof.
Yeah, I had some long way back a lecture by a foreign professor, and then he was comparing. See, for example, you make Mercedes. Business strategy is basically the quality of the product, not the price. Whereas if you compare this with the Honda, Japanese, then business strategy is to compromise upon quality and balance the price. So I think I got your point that value proposition is the promises a product can basically provide to the customers. Okay, and doesn't really matter if product is costly, still is okay. It depends upon what is your business strategy, the product itself. Okay, so this can be basically balanced. The other question I have is, do we use this system dynamic software in our kuliah somewhere? Because I know so long that this is very effective in basically simulating the systems aspects, many systems, especially focusing on business systems. Do we use this somewhere in the subjects we teach it?
Well, I don't think we have, because normally system dynamics is offered in a simulation course. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think we have that at BIT. I'm not sure at computer science, so yes, I think we need to look at system dynamics as a tool for our student to analyze complex system. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you are right. System dynamics now is very much developed. It is actually mainstream now. It used to be system dynamic was, people look at system dynamic in certain way. Way back in when I was doing my master, for example, system dynamic was not was frowned upon. Yeah, they say this is a lot of hot wash. So, but now I think system dynamic has reached to a point, it's matured enough, and I think it's been used by a lot of companies actually to really simulate their value proposition to. I think so.
I
to
think
their strategy.
Yeah, I think I suggest that because we have head of the department of CS is there, Dr. Poni is there, and he is looking after this postgraduate in IT. We need to really introduce this software, the simulation tool, in order to see the effects, the results of complex systems, starting from simple to complex systems. I have some exposure long way back. Just a workshop around 20 years ago on the system dynamics, and I like that. Since then, I did not use it. But you repeat here, so I emphasize that this may be used once again, at least in our kuliah, where we can simulate various systems from simple to complex systems. This is right. Yeah. Thank you very much.
I agree with you, Prof. I think probably we need to introduce this course. Maybe part of our big data analytic program. Yeah. So the simulation course on using discrete event simulation. Yeah. Also using system dynamic. System dynamic is a bit different from this discrete event simulation.
So, it's continuous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So
not discrete.
Yeah, I think maybe we can recommend to the faculty to look at this. I'm not sure whether engineering is offering the same, maybe offering the same course, offering this course, system dynamics, or the economic department probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. I think it was fantastic lecture you have given today. It's though new for us, but we like it.
Thank you.
you very much, Prof. Asst. Okay, any more questions to Brother Jamal from the audience? Dr. Muni, yes, silakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Brother Jamal. I think maybe this is my second or third time listening to the value proposition design, but I think today you bring it, you give us a different feel and a different look, and then you bring up the system dynamic, into the discussion. How do we? Okay, I have two questions actually. Since Prof. Asst was mentioning what the system dynamic, the word system thinking come into my mind. How the first question is that how do you see the relation between the system dynamic and the system thinking? Are they connected to each other, or are they cousin of each other? And the second question is that do you have any insight how the value proposition designed connected or linked towards the Islamization or the Islamic strategy, for example? That's my two questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Murni. Thank you for listening. Now, let me answer the second question first, because the second question is more interesting to me. If you look at the network effect, to me, it's God-given actually, because in the Quran it's been said that God created us into pairs. God created us different languages, different races, so that we may know each other. To me, knowing each other is about, that's the network effect. When we know each other, we will actually love each other. We will cooperate with each other. And of course, there's also the other side of it, that we may fight each other as well. That's the negative network effect to me. But I think so the network effect is naturally occurring everywhere. So between two people, between two nations, between two races, there is this the network effect created. Of course, it started with value proposition proposal from the two sides, but later on it expand further, and it becomes the network effect. It becomes natural. It grows and grows. Now, of course, there is also the negative network effect that might destroy it. To me, there is basically the Islamic perception about network effect. Maybe I'm taking it too extreme, but that's how I see it. So I don't know whether to answer your question. So we can look at Maqasid Sharia, for example. Having Maqasid Sharia will conserve the network effect, the goodness between human beings, where we preserve the akal, we preserve the wealth, we preserve the faith. This created, to me, this is a good value proposition for human being. And this value proposition actually interact with each other, creating an ecosystem, giving access to better people, to good practices. This is how I see it. And to your first question, whether system thinking and system dynamic is related, no, it's not related, it is. But we can use system dynamic to simulate system thinking. What I understand from system thinking, you have this big picture, look at the whole system, and try to solve them accordingly. So you probably use design thinking as part of your problem solving. In system thinking. Well, system thinking is much older. I learned about system thinking when I was doing my master's. But design thinking is something newer. But I think design thinking is system thinking in a new bottle, basically. So I think no, it's not the same with system dynamic. System dynamic is about continuous simulation, actually. So, and as opposed to discrete event simulation, some of us may be exposed to simulation techniques. And I think it'll be very exciting to have system dynamic software to help us simulate complicated system. And the network effect and value proposition interaction are basically some of the things maybe we want to look at. So we can guide entrepreneurs, we can guide ourselves to have the best possible value proposition. If not optimal, maybe suboptimal, maybe locally optimal. Yeah. Okay. I hope that answers your question, Dr. Brunei.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, President. But I think I indeed agree with you. The second question is more like sort of more dynamic. And I think maybe that is one of the area that we can look at as well. You know, how this value proposition design, we can link to Islamization, or, you know, how it should be, you know, done to benefit the Ummah, inshallah. Thank you very much, Brother Jamal. I really learned a lot. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Jamal, Dr. Muni. There is one question from YouTube, okay, from Prof. Rahman actually. So he said that Brother Jamal have answered part of it, where he said that the maqasid and all, they can be used as a value proposition. So Prof. Rahman is asking that sustainability is something spoken about. The same goes for other values I am advocates such as Sejahtera and Maqasid Syariah. Can these be part of VP, and how can they be reflected on the VPC itself? Brother Jamal.
Okay, if you look at VPC, you have two components. That's the customer profile. Basically, customer profile is about gaining insight about the customer, what they like, what they don't like, what's their pain, you know, what's the thing they want in life, and what actually they want to get done, yeah, their job, yeah. So, and then we have the value map, which basically composed of three parts: the painkiller that we have for those pain that the customer have, yeah. So if the customer has a headache, we better have a Panadol or something like that, or Tylenol. Yeah? Okay. Now, and of course we want to kill most of the pain, if not all. Yeah. But most important, to make sure it's a great value proposition, we want to kill the pain that matters most to the customer. Yeah. Customer has all kind of pain. Some of them can be neglected, can be you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So you look at on the largest pain, the biggest pain, and also you want to look at the pain that matters to a lot of people. If only one person has that pain, then you have only one customer. So, for example, Asia, you know, a lot of people has a pain trying to buy ticket in way back before 97. Yeah, when Asia gets started, it's difficult for people to fly, to experience flying. Yeah, but Asia comes around, they offer a $10 ticket. Yeah, and a lot of people are actually having that pain, and of course they are opening a floodgate. Yeah. They're opening a flood. So if possible, we want to look at those pain that matters most to the customer, and a lot of people enjoying this pain, having this pain. Yeah. So now, and also, and we at the environment map, we also the value map, we also have the gain creator, how to create gain, what the customer want to achieve. This is the emotional part of the customer. Yeah. Now in software development, we always look at functional requirement, but we sometimes forget the emotional part. Yeah. We want to understand what the customer want to gain from doing the job. Yeah. Okay. So for students, maybe they want to make their parents proud of once they finish their studies. Yeah. So we need to have that gain creator as part of the. And of course, we must have product and services basically to make the student be able to do their job. Yeah, to help them do their job. So we have Google, we have iTalim, we have lecture. These are the things that we have to offer students. So where does Maqasid Syariah come from? Because Maqasid Syariah because Maqasid Syariah is about value. Yeah, it's value, to me, it's value laden. basically provide the value that we want to offer to the student in terms of to make sure the important maqasid are basically conserved. They are not being breached. Yeah. So whatever that we create, the value proposition that we create must not be harmful. Yeah, to human beings. So, for example, we cannot be selling. We cannot be having value proposition like the Joe Camel value proposition that attract children to smoke cigarette. Now, definitely that's not part of Maqasid Sharia. So that value proposition is bad. Yeah. So to me, Maqasid Sharia provide the measure, the benchmark, whether it is something that we want to do. Are we promoting good things in life or not? Yeah. So Maqasid Sharia actually is value laden. It provide values, direction, how we want to, what value proposition we want to offer. Because there are many things that we can do. We can deceive people. We can using value proposition concept. Yeah, that's what maybe some of the companies been doing. That's what some of the terrorist group has been doing. But we always have this Maqasid Sharia basically to guard us against those breaches. Okay, I hope that answers Dr. Rahman's question. Very interesting question, actually.
Inshallah. Thank you, Brother Jamal. So I have one more question. It's quite long. From Dr. Hazwani. So actually, there's a few questions inside the cluster. So the first question is, what is the best method to identify customer pain and gain? Because we were talking about pains earlier on. And the second question is, can we directly involve the customer in VP design? And then the third one is, do different customer segmentation with different pains and gains require different or multiple VPs to be developed? And how to validate the VPs that we design, whether it's already good or enough after multiple iterations? And how do we proceed with the product development after that? Quite a very long question.
You remind me, there's a lot of questions. Thank you very much for the question. Great question. Yeah. Now you may different customer segment has different value proposition that they are attracted to. So in any business, be a real business or organization like IUM or university, we need to identify who are our customers. Yeah. So different customers have different value proposition. So for example, for Asia to attract the grandmothers to fly, they need to have different value proposition. Yeah. For iPhone to attract different customer segment, they have different value proposition. So attracting teenagers to buy the wristwatch, the value proposition having 60 million or 6 million just now of song on your wrist, yeah, as opposed to last time, their fathers only have like 1,000 songs in their pocket, yeah. It's a great value proposition for that generation, yeah. So different generation, different customer segment need to have different value proposition. Now, should you involve the customers? Yes. We to configure a good value proposition, you need to go and meet Mr. Customer. You must try to get insight what the customer want, what the customer think. If possible, to be able to project what will be their requirement, what will be their, what will excite them. And of course, you need to be careful because sometimes when you are a customer, they may not know what they want. Yeah. For example, if Henry Ford, it was said that if Henry Ford had asked the customer at that time, I think we know Henry Ford, right? The one who actually built the car, Ford car. If you ask the customer at that time, maybe the customer will say, I want a faster horse because they don't have consumption of a car. But Henry Ford, go ahead, build a car, yeah, which is a great value proposition. Now, Henry Ford could have provide a faster horse. It's a good value proposition, but not as great as building a car. Yeah. So you need to involve the customers, but you need to be very careful. So there is this interesting part to be able to forecast what the customer want. Yeah. To be able to think. So you need to see the trend of the day. Yeah. Sometimes our invention are too early for the market. Yeah. For example, CD-ROM came out around 1980. And nobody used CD-ROM in 1980. It takes a few years after that, CD-ROM to be popular. And now CD-ROM is out of the market totally, yeah. So yes, we need to involve the customers. We need to get the customer, because we need to understand their pain. We need to know what are their pain, yeah, for a certain job that we are trying to solve, yeah. So I don't know, did I answer all the questions, Dr. Ahmed? Is there
one more part, Brother Jamal, because she was asking, how do we validate whether our VP is good or not? Let's say after multiple iterations, how do we know whether we should stop there or we should go on for further iterations?
You see, the VP is dynamic in a way, yeah. Because why? The market is dynamic, yeah. Because you have you may have a good VP at one time, but sometimes your VP will get duplicated by other. So you need to keep on questioning yourself, especially during this time, during COVID time, because there's a lot of disruption to the industry. All industry, including university, they need to question our assumption all this while. It may not work anymore. Yeah, if we are not careful, we may become obsolete. Yeah, we may be outdated. Yeah, we may not be relevant anymore. So, yeah, we need to involve the customers. We need to keep questioning. So there is no one VP that we can defend. For example, if Apple keep depending on 1,000 songs in the pocket, now they are going to be obsolete by this time. Yeah, but no, they change their business model. They look at the wristwatch. Can I have 60 million or 6 million songs in the wristwatch? That's awesome, right? Compared to 1,000 songs in the pocket. Yeah. So yes, the VP need to be validated from time to time. I give you some characteristics, 10 characteristics to know whether you have a great VP or not. Does it solve the problem of the customer? Now, your VP is great when the customer willing to pay more. Look at again. Sorry, I keep using this same example. iPhone. I happen to have iPhone myself. Okay, I think they are able to make the customer. I don't know, Prof. Asst has iPhone or not. They somehow managed to force Prof. Asst to pay more, and he willingly pay more. Yeah, and same thing with me. I willingly to pay more. You know,
except me in my house, everybody have it.
Okay, because we feel there is each of us feel, well, at least those who get confused by Apple, we feel there is a great value proposition that Apple is offering. Yeah. So yes, we get to keep changing our value proposition from time to time. We need to validate it all the time, and it's never fixed to one value proposition. We have to keep changing it, and you can see this happening with Amazon. Amazon used to sell books. Now they sell more than books. Now they are multi-sided actually. Yeah, they sell. And the same thing with Shopee. You can see Shopee suddenly take off very fast. They are one of the most valuable company. They are like what, 5 years old? Yeah, because the network effect has created growth to them. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe why not higher education employ this business model, and maybe we can have free education from this network effect. Why not? Yeah, so it's a bit extreme. Some of you may not agree. So I hope that answers the question.
Inshallah, inshallah. So Dr. Azwani, does that answer your question? I think she can type in there if she is not. She can also unmute. Okay. Okay, Brother Jamal. So this one is just last one maybe, inshallah, because we are already 11:20. So this one is from me. So you think that in IUM, when I joined, director used to say leading the way. So last week when I went to the meeting with the director, he says now we are changing maybe it's our VP to leading the world. So do you think this is a good change or suitable for us?
I'm not sure what the director has in mind. Probably because I think because as someone leading an organization, maybe he see value in changing the tagline or even value proposition, because leading the way. Let me talk about leading the way as a value proposition. I think leading the way as a value proposition is great because basically, I think probably it's better than garden of knowledge and virtue. Yeah? I was actually attracted to join IUM from this very proposition of garden of knowledge and virtue. Why? Because it's like the heaven, yeah, like going to heaven, yeah. So now, and of course, I think the leading the way was there all the time, but now maybe it was given greater emphasis with the previous rector, and now the new our current rector maybe want to see a different thing get accomplished. Yeah. So instead of just leading the way, we want to lead the world. I think that's good. I think it's a good value proposition. Maybe a bit. Some people maybe a bit say maybe a bit difficult to achieve, but you know, I think it's a good target to achieve. If we don't get the world, maybe just regional, or maybe just Malaysia. Yeah. But I think we need to have some action plan for it. Yeah, what is the action plan to fulfill those value proposition? So, and of course, we need to have everybody, the whole university, subscribe to this value proposition. Yeah, for example, the Walt Disney, if you go to Walt Disney, the sweepers, they see themselves as entertainers, not just sweepers, not just cleaners. Yeah, they are entertainers because they are into entertainment industry. So. So I think the whole university needs to subscribe to this value proposition and show that it is real. It is something that we really are serious about it. And of course, in our program, in our, just like any other companies, when they have that value proposition, they actually show it, make it real. Besides, it must be seen. Not only they say justice is done when it is not only being executed justice, but it must be seen. Yeah. So I think there must be effort along to support this value proposition. Definitely. I hope I don't offend anybody. Answer the question.
Actually, there's a note from Dr. Azwani. Thank you very much for the very comprehensive answer. And also, I think your last statements gave us a lot of inspiration for us to lead the world, inshallah. So everybody who's here today, maybe we can take some words from Dr. Jamal and implement it, inshallah. Okay, so I think it's 11:22. We can end this session. I will pass back to Dr. Azura, who is the head of research, if she has any messages for us, Dr. Azura.
All right, thank you, Ratami. Thank you, Brother Jamal, for the great presentation. I guess that I also need to learn more on this VPD. VPM. All right, so for the next seminar, we are going to have another seminar this afternoon, which is at 2:30 until 3:30. The title of the seminar is Sustainable Social Bank, Volunteerism with Rewards. The speaker will be Associate Professor TS Dr. Normi Sham Awang Abu Bakar, and the second speaker will be Prof. Dr. Abdul Wahab Abdul Rahman. And the moderator will be Dr. Mazna. So I hope that we can meet again this afternoon to listen to this seminar, inshallah. Thank you, Dr. Amir.
Thank you, Dr. Azura. Thank you, Brother Jamal, for the presentation today. Thank you, Dr. Muni. Inshallah, we end this session with Tasbih Kifara and Salatul As. Okay, with that, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Brother Jamal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Jamal. Thank you, Dr. Amir. Thank you, Dr. Muni. Thank you all. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Thank you for giving the ear.
Definitely. We want more later.